An early morning domestic disturbance near Denver has turned deadly. Authorities say one deputy on the scene was killed and 4 others have been injured. They say the suspect was also shot. USA Today. An early morning domestic disturbance near Denver on December 31, 2017, has turned deadly. Authorities say one deputy on the scene was killed and 4 others have been injured. Photo, Accuser TV. A sheriff's deputy was killed and 4 officers were injured Sunday in suburban Denver when a gunman fired more than 100 rounds in an ambush-style attack. The gunman was killed by additional officers who rushed to the scene where officers had been responding to a disturbance call at an apartment complex. Douglas County Sheriff Tony Spurlock described it as an ambush-style attack on the officers. They were shot very, very quickly, he said. They went down within seconds of each other. He knew we were coming, and we obviously let him know that we were there, Spurlock said. The gunman continued to fire as additional officers arrived at the complex. Spurlock identified Deputy Zach Parrish, 29, as the officer killed in the attack. He was married with 2 young children. He had been hit multiple times. Parrish had been at the department about 7 months and loved his job, Spurlock said. The gunman was armed with a rifle, but Spurlock released no further details on the weapon. The incident is still under investigation. Officials will view body camera footage and other evidence in coming days. The 4 wounded deputies are hospitalized in stable condition. 2 civilians were also injured in the shooting. Spurlock said the injured civilians may have been bystanders in other apartments but cautioned he had confirmed that yet. Officials have not identified the gunman. He was known to authorities but did not have a record of arrests. My deepest condolences to the victims of the terrible shooting in Douglas County at D.C. Sheriff, and their families. We love our police and law enforcement. God bless them all. #LESM. President Trump sent condolences on Twitter. My deepest condolences to the victims of the terrible shooting in Douglas County at D.C. Sheriff, and their families. We love our police and law enforcement. God bless them all. The incident began when deputies were called to the Copper Canyon Apartments, a complex 16 miles south of Denver after 5 a.m. Spurlock said the initial call was not a domestic disturbance, but a noise complaint. Another man was at the apartment with the gunman and police did not have to force their way into the building. They entered the apartment and began talking with the gunman, who later barricaded himself in the bedroom and opened fire on the officers. It was not clear the order in which the men were shot. The injured officers attempted to drag the fallen officer out of the line of fire as the gunman continued to fire at the officers. A link has been posted to your Facebook feed. DCSO motorcade for our fallen deputy #coppercaruishps /t.co/UU618XW1QP. Officers escorted Parrish's body from the hospital in a solemn motorcade of law enforcement vehicles. FBI Denver has been monitoring the events that occurred this morning and have offered our full support to DC Sheriff.